And now, from 12 Studios, this is News 12 Now.
Today is Monday, March 18th. Welcome to News 12 Now. I'm Kylee Dedmon. New on News 12 Now, a tragic story out of Houston. Police say a toddler died after a rideshare driver accidentally drove over her. Deputies say the driver was dropping the family off at their house. When they all got out of the car, a 1-year-old girl walked in front of the car. The driver moved forward and ran her over. Now, due to that, the family started attacking the driver. A neighbor jumped in and rushed the girl to the hospital, but the toddler didn't make it and died at the hospital. The rideshare driver was taken to the hospital with injuries, but he is expected to be okay. Investigators are working to determine whether charges will be filed against anyone involved in the incident. A law in Texas allowing people to arrest illegal migrants is set to take effect this afternoon unless the Supreme Court intervenes, something they have already done once before. Now, earlier this month, the High Court issued a temporary stay blocking the law from taking effect, but that expires today. Senate Bill 4 allows police and other Texas law enforcement to arrest anyone they suspect of being in the country illegally. The Justice Department argues the law is clearly unconstitutional. However, Governor Greg Abbott maintains that Texas has the right to defend itself against what he calls an invasion on the southern border. A new treatment targeting the root cause of type 1 diabetes is now available at OU Health. The medicine is an injectable prescription medication that contains 2 drugs used to delay the onset of stage 3 type 1 diabetes. According to reports, Tzield is the first new medication to help treat type 1 diabetes since the discovery of insulin. For pediatric patients at high risk, this new medication can potentially delay the onset of the disease while also reducing symptoms. The Oklahoma Children's Hospital OU Health team recently completed the first infusion of the drug in a pediatric patient in Oklahoma. Well, today is the last official day of the winter season, and we definitely needed the layers out there this morning as it was a chilly start to our day. Let's go ahead and check in, though, with meteorologist Briggs.
Yeah, that's right, Kylie. It was a fairly chilly morning across Texoma. The last little bit of winter trying to make itself known across Texoma, with temperatures falling to the 30s and 40s. We haven't seen a chill like this in quite some time. It comes after a fairly wet and unsettled weekend with some of those storms on Saturday. So yeah, it's going to be chilly, and it's going to be staying chilly here as we go forward. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s only. We will have plenty of sunshine at least. Winds will be breezy out of the north at times, but they'll calm down with clear skies. And overnight tonight, that's going to spell a frost for most of the area. Back to you, Kylie.
Thank you, Brian. Well, spring break season is here, and Miami Beach has been cracking down on spring breakers, including a curfew that begins at midnight until 6 a.m. Friday through today. Now, despite this curfew, the Miami Beach Police Department says they arrested more than 250 partygoers over the weekend. But in fact, that is a drop from last year's mayhem that resulted in 500 arrests, the seizures of 105 guns, and 2 fatal shootings. Spring breakers in Miami say the rules are creating a different vibe compared to last year, but the Miami Beach mayor is calling the new regulations a win-win. The curfew in Miami Beach is expected to be lifted today, but those crowds do expect to continue through the weekend. Now, meanwhile, 1 person is dead and 2 others are hurt after a shooting in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, Sunday night. The Jacksonville Beach Police Department chief spoke about his anger over the shootings causing such harm to their city. Take a listen.
People come to the city to enjoy themselves. They live here, they visit here, and quite frankly, I'm pissed off.
Police are still looking for suspects they say opened fire on spring breakers in the city's downtown bar area. That district having to be placed on lockdown as officers scoured the area for what police believe to be multiple shooters. 2 surviving victims are in stable condition. And rhetoric heats up on the campaign trail. Former President Donald Trump is clarifying controversial comments he made over the weekend, and President Biden is looking to win support out west. CBS's Nicole Sanka reports from Washington.
Former President Donald Trump is clarifying comments he made in Ohio Saturday, warning of a bloodbath.
We're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars if I get elected. Now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country.
The former president posted on his social media Monday that he was just referring to auto industry imports. But he's also drawing criticism for his characterization of migrants.
These are animals, okay?
Some fellow Republicans are bristling.
The general tone of the speech is why many Americans continue to wonder, should President Trump be president?
Former Vice President Mike Pence told CBS's Face the Nation why he won't back his former boss for president.
I see him departing from the mainstream conservative agenda that has defined the Republican Party over the last 40 years.
President Biden is pushing his own re-election agenda with stops out west this week in Arizona and Nevada. He holds a significant cash advantage over Trump, and his campaign is planning a $30 million ad blitz in battleground states this month. A handful of states are holding primaries on Tuesday, including Florida, where Trump will cast his ballot. Nicole Skanga, CBS News, Washington.
It's been a difficult time for the royal family since Princess Kate disappeared from public view more than 2 months ago following what the palace called abdominal surgery. Princess Kate's absence and an edited photo have fueled speculation and also outrage over a lack of transparency. The family is asking for privacy, but some say there are bigger issues at play. Holly Williams has the latest from outside Buckingham Palace.
A powerful British tabloid newspaper is warning the monarchy is close to crisis.
Kate hasn't been seen publicly in over 35 days.
Blaming in part Kate's disappearance from public events.
If you thought the craziest parts of the Kate Middleton conspiracy theory were over, well, just get ready because they keep getting thicker.
Followed by the release of this manipulated photo. It sparked speculation and criticism.
Exact same face from this photo.
Is it time the royal family drop their strict mantra, never complain, never explain?
As well as jokes.
Yes, there is a non-zero chance she died 18 months ago. They might be Weekend at Bernie's in this situation.
It's even raised questions about the state of her marriage.
Internet sleuths are guessing that Kate's absence may be related to her husband and the future King of England, William, having an affair.
It's not whack-a-mole. You can't go out and try and stop every story that is coming out on X, on other platforms.
Julian Payne is an expert in crisis public relations who used to be a spokesman for the King and Queen.
Anybody that tells you their press operation is faultless would be kidding you. Of course mistakes get made.
What lesson have they learned?
They will naturally question how long you can maintain a dignified silence. They may discover that these days it isn't possible now for us to have 3 months with absolutely no news.
Kate is now the most popular member of the royal family here in the UK, according to one recent poll, eclipsing the King and her own husband. It's a striking similarity with another princess who married into the institution and was adored by the public. But Julian Payne says members of the royal family are not normal celebrities.
When we think about Hollywood celebrities, they understand that they are the brand. They need the media attention in order to be as successful as they can be. That doesn't translate into the royal family, where it is the institution where the focus should be.
So they're working for the monarchy, not their own brands.
This is exactly it. When I was in the palace, I can tell you the last thing that they ever wanted to do was to increase the personal scrutiny on themselves.
The monarchy still has over 60% support in this country, according to polls, and not saying very much has historically been part of the royal family's mystique. It's worth remembering that some of the media demanding to see Kate may have a vested interest because they use fresh photos of the royal family to sell newspapers and get clicks online. Holly Williams, CBS News, London.
Yeah, I know the disappearance of the princess has a lot of people talking about it on social media. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. Well, a new mural by street artist Banksy has appeared on a North London street. The artwork, painted on the side of a building which has a cut-back tree in front of it, uses green plant and mimic foliage and also features a stencil of a person holding a hose. Now, it reportedly surfaced on Sunday in an area north of London. Former Labor leader Jeremy Corbyn joined a crowd of others on Monday to look at the mural. Corbyn noted the importance of the work and its environmental message, but said it may not last due to the poor condition of the paint covering the building, which the artwork rests upon. And scary scenes in Iceland where a volcano erupted, sending smoke and fiery ash into the sky. Hundreds were forced to evacuate, including Americans visiting a popular tourist spot. Now, due to this, officials have declared a state of emergency. Ian Lee has a story.
Sirens blared at Iceland's world-famous Blue Lagoon Resort on Saturday night as a volcanic eruption forced hundreds of people to race to safety.
We're evacuating.
All right.
The lava's coming.
Officials also urged folks in the nearby town of Grindavik to leave their homes as fountains of molten rock burst from the ground. Lava flows slowed Sunday. Man-made barriers appeared to help keep the lava from engulfing the fishing town, but parts of the asphalt were still smoldering.
I've never experienced anything like that before.
Tourist Melissa Ezer says she had just sat down for dinner with her husband when they suddenly heard a siren.
We heard the sound go off, and that's when my husband and I looked at each other and they said, okay, evacuation en route.
Iceland is a hotspot for volcanic activity. Officials say this fourth eruption in the country's southwest since December was the most powerful. So far, no injuries have been reported.
Look at that. You can see, wow.
Ian Lee, CBS News.
Be sure to tune into News 12 at 5, 6, and 10 tonight for a complete wrap of what happened today in Texoma and beyond. Thanks for watching and have a magnificent Monday.